Welcome, this is Diamond Hammer, and I'm here today to show you how to make use of your Stargate, how to assemble it, and basic functions that you can find on the server to find gates that you can dial to. So I think we'll just jump right in, and we'll go outside and see what's what. Just turn the telly off. Okay, I have here everything that you will need to set up your Stargate. Everyone receives, when they join the server, a complete Stargate, an MFE to store power, and an ultimate hybrid solar panel to generate power with, which is fed to the Stargate with the IC2 Stargate power unit. This is the Stargate base, the ring block, chevron block, power unit, MFE, and the solar panel. You also receive, of course, a DHD, the Stargate controller, as well as an iris to keep it secure, and the chevron upgrade. We'll go into all of those in detail as we go along. We'll just jump right into the assembly. I've prepared here the little area where we can assemble the Stargate. The Stargate itself is a 5x5 ring. The base block always goes at the bottom. I'll just open this up so we can see everything a little better. It always goes in the bottom, in the middle of the Stargate. I'm sinking mine into the ground because, as you'll see in a minute, we can camouflage the bottom of the gate, make it look really cool. We'll put the base block in the center. When you put it down, it will be facing you, and that's the direction the wormhole will form in. So that's the side that you will need to enter the wormhole from. So just keep that in mind when you're placing it. To make the ring, we place a ring block and chevron block alternating all the way around until we get back to the start. So it's ring block, chevron block, ring block, chevron block, ring, etc., etc., until we go all the way, oh, did that wrong, all the way around, like so. And if it's correct, puff, the Stargate will form. Now, as you can see, the Stargate is just in mid-air at the moment. If you want to camouflage this, you can right-click on the Stargate anywhere, and this is where you'll see the Stargate's address. The Stargate address is based on the world it's on and the chunk it's on within that world. You can have more than one Stargate on a world. You just need to make sure they're in different chunks. And if we want to camouflage the Stargate, we take whatever material we want to use to camouflage it with and place it here in the bottom, in the base camouflage, and then the bottom is nice and sunk into the ground. To power the gate, we'll be using IC2 power unit. There is also an RF power unit, so depending on what your power preference is, you can use either. We're giving you the IC2 Stargate power unit to begin with the hybrid solar panel, so you shouldn't really have to worry. This generates more than enough power. That needs to be placed beneath the gate. So I have a little space here. I'll plonk that down and then just connect it up with some of the fiber cable, which you will also receive in your starter kit. We'll go ahead and connect it to the MFE and the solar panel so it starts generating power. Place the MFE down. The MFE output is always the side with this little orange dot on it. So the power comes out here, and you can input the power onto any of the other sides, but those of you familiar with IC2 will know that. So we'll put that there, just put the solar panel down on top, and we should be generating power. If we have a look in the IC2 Stargate power unit, you see it's slowly filling up with power. When this is full, then your MFE will start filling up, and when that's full, then your solar panel will start filling up. Basically, there are different power requirements for different gates. So if you're traveling from a gate to another gate on the same world, it has a said power requirement. And if you're traveling to a gate on another world within the same galaxy, it has another power requirement, and so on and so forth. And the power starts to grow exponentially if you're traveling between galaxies. So keep that in mind. The power requirements are very high, but you can put multiple Stargate power units underneath the Stargate, and you can put up to 5 units underneath. But you can also control the Stargate with computercraft or open computers, which has similar control blocks that you have to place underneath. So just keep in mind, if you want to control the gate with computercraft or open computers, then you need an open space for the controller that also goes underneath. So then you'll have a maximum of 4 power units with the control block for your selected computer system. And just close this up. As standard, the Stargates are always constructed with 7 chevrons and you will only be able to dial gates on the same world with that gate. To be able to travel intergalactically, to make interstellar or intergalactic travel, you have to add a chevron upgrade to it, which you'll receive, which looks like this. And to add that to the gate, you just hold it in your hand and shift right click on the gate. I've assembled it in Creative, so it's already a 9 chevron gate. As you can see, when we right click on the Stargate address is formed from 9 digits. The first 7 are the gate's actual address, and the last 2 are an intergalactic or interstellar reference point. So if you're dialing a gate on the same world, you only need to know the first 7, but if you're dialing a gate off-world, then you need to know the whole 9 chevron address. And only gates that have 9 chevrons can dial each other. So you cannot dial 7 chevron gates from a 9 chevron gate and vice versa. That's basically the assembly of the gate and basic functionality. One other thing to note when assembling the gate: if there's anything inside the 5x5 area, it won't assemble. So it has to have a nice clean space in front, or inside, sorry. And assembly wise, that's it. You can also add your iris to it. The iris will give you some protection. Same thing as with the chevron upgrade. Hold it in your hand, shift click, and then it installs the upgrade. As you can see, the iris is there. In a moment we'll close that. It's controlled via redstone, and if you connect the computercraft or open computers controller to it, dialing and the opening and closing of the iris can be controlled with that. There are programs out there, you just need to give it a little bit of a Google. There's a nice little person called That Paradox out on YouTube that's made a video of using a program he's written in Computercraft, which is very similar to the computer that we have in the SGC, if you want something nice and simple to get you started. So let's get ourselves a lever, and I'll show you the opening and closing of the iris. To control the iris, redstone signal always needs to enter the base block. This is the center block, so I have to put the lever down here, and with a lovely animation the iris closes, and with a lovely animation the iris opens. That's the basics of putting it together and using very simple functions. To dial, you will need to put down your Stargate controller. Let's grab one of these from over here.
Microphone activated.
You have to put down a controller. You have to put that down within range of, I believe it's 5 blocks from the Stargate. I may be wrong. I should have double checked, but never mind. So we'll just place that down here. You can power the gate without outside power sources like this IC2 power unit with Naquadah, and there are multiple forms of Naquadah in the game. At the moment the gate uses a lovely green Naquadah. Let's grab a little bit of that. And to power the gate with that, you right click on the bottom of the Stargate controller where you can see this little green dot, and you put the fuel inside. So now the Naquadah would be fueling it. To dial, you come to the DHD, you right click on the top, and then you enter the address, whatever that may be, hit enter, and if the address is correct it will start dialing. If I just dialed a random string of numbers, this isn't an address, it says cannot connect to Stargate at address, because there is no Stargate there, obviously. Other than that, in-game commands, you can search for other gates within worlds, galaxies, and the entire universe using in-game commands, which is Stargates. If you type in nearby, it gives you a list of Stargates on this world that are near us. As you can see, there are 2 gates. There is this gate, BF1M, yeah, you see here, and there's another gate somewhere in this world, and it's giving you the coordinates to them as well, so you can go and look for them. You can do the same thing within the galaxy, and it shows you I'm currently in the Destiny galaxy, and it's given me a list of all of the Stargates on all of the worlds within this galaxy. As you can see, P2Y321 with the address, world designation, address, etc., so on and so forth. So the worlds Rebirth, Destiny, Celestis, Earth, Atlantia, etc., all there. And the last one, Stargate's universe, will give you a list of all of the Stargates with their corresponding galaxy. So P2Y321 is in the Milky Way galaxy, has this address. D6Q124 is in the Destiny galaxy, has this address, and you can use these to dial. So you just go over to your DHD, and let's see, let's pick something. Let's go to Earth. If we want to go to the Milky Way, this is L31RE. L31RE. You can leave the DHD by pressing escape if you want to go back to looking up your address. It will still be there. What you've typed in will still be there when you go back. 90P0. So 90P0. When you've entered it, hit enter, and we have a little problem, and it's given me the message. Stargate has insufficient energy to dial intergalactic wormhole from Destiny Galaxy to Milky Way Galaxy. As I mentioned before, dialing from one galaxy to another has a very large power requirement, so you might have to wait. Then you'll get the message of what the error is, so you know how to remedy it. And you might have to wait a little while for power to store up. That's quite a bit of power. I think we should be able to make another interstellar wormhole, so we'll just go to another world within this same galaxy. So we'll look at Stargate's galaxy, and let's see, let's pick something. We'll go to the Destiny, the actual Destiny ship, which is 4Y64 dun 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 dun, NYDNQ, enter. As you see, the gate's dialing. You do want to stand back from the gate because the vortex will kill you, just as in the series. The whoosh will do damage. Once it's finished dialing, it will connect and, wow, whoosh. Once the wormhole is formed, you just walk through. And eventually, yep, we have been transported to the Destiny, which is amazing. So, now you have a basic idea of how the gate works, how to assemble it, where you can get the information. So, get exploring and have fun.